Hey guys, Shadowz here, welcome back to another Gears of War video. Today we're going to be discussing Gears of War E-Day, Gears of War Collection, release dates in 2025, and PS5 rumors. Gears of War fans have been patiently waiting years for the triumph and return of the series, and after the Coalition Studio officially announced Gears of War E-Day back in June 2024 at the Xbox Game Showcase, as the 6th mainline installment in the franchise takes us all the way back to Emergence Day at the very beginning of the Locust War, returning as younger versions of the series' original heroes in Marcus Phoenix and Dominic Santiago, that I thought we had escaped it as we enter the new year of 2025. However, just 2 weeks in, and we already have some all-new crazy Gears of War rumors. Firstly, to begin with, recently, Gaming Insider Nate the Hay is claiming on his recent podcast episode titled Xbox 2025 Predictions, discussing Gears of War E-Day, the Gears Collection, release dates in 2025, to even PS5 rumors as heard in the following.
I think Gears E-Day could release in 2025, and I think you believe the same.
I do subscribe to the idea that Gears of War E-Day will release in 2025. I think it's going to be kind of the title that kickstarts their holiday lineup. So you kind of put it in that late September, early October slot, generate huge momentum for your brand going into the holiday. And I think they need Gears E-Day this year because it generated a lot of excitement. You're going to laugh at me for saying this.
Oh, geez, here we go.
I think a Gears of War collection will also be released in the summer, kind of as a lead-in to Gears E-Day.
Is Special Nick listening to this podcast?
I'll say last year, after seeing Gears E-Day, I was ready to let go of the collection and say, you know what, it's not going to happen, especially if Gears E-Day comes out in 2025, because it felt as though if there were to be a collection, you would have to release it in 2024. Give it a nice year gap between E-Day's release. But I also kind of had in the back of my mind at the time, maybe E-Day isn't a 2025 release. But then you had a report come from The Verge and Tom Warren saying that Gears of War E-Day is targeting 2025. And when you look at the marketing history of Gears of War, they do typically announce the game 1 year in advance of its release. So if they are doing that here, if they are copying that, it would mean Gears E-Day is a 2025 release. And I just think it would be a good way to introduce maybe new fans to the Gears of War franchise by giving you the Gears collection. This way you have some familiarity with Marcus and Dom, and you have some of that history of what E-Day was. You understand why humanity is so fearful of the Locust, why they're in so much desperation, why they fear using weapons like the Hammer of Dawn, how weapons like the Lancer evolved and were prototyped and R&D'd to become these vicious weapons of war to chainsaw Locusts in half and everything. So you kind of give a little context to everything. And maybe that would generate excitement to go into the prequel, to have some of these questions that the first game presented, and you're finally going to get those answers, versus giving you the prequel and say, ooh, what comes next, and giving you the collection, let's say in 2026 instead. I'm going to put it out there. I'm going to will it into existence that a Gears collection is going to release this summer. So games that I have heard will be released multi-platform in 2025 beyond the obvious include Flight Simulator will come to PlayStation 5 and Switch 2, and Halo to PS5 and Switch 2 as well. Yeah, I mean, I would also go as far to say that if a Gears of War collection exists and releases in 2025, I would say that would likely be a day one release on PlayStation 5 as well.
For Gears of War E-Day's release date, I've already discussed this in an old previous video on the channel dedicated to a Gears of War E-Day release date update video, where I also covered Gaming Insider Tom Warren from The Verge, who reported exclusively on his Notepad Gaming newsletter that the last he had heard that was Gears of War E-Day was targeting a release date in 2025, ahead of even Fable, which is already confirmed for later this year. Traditionally, Gears of War games have been announced by both Epic Games and the Coalition Studio 1 year before release, dating all the way back to the original. Gears of War announced in 2005 and released in November 2006. Gears of War 2 announced and released in November 2008. Gears of War 3 announced in 2010 and released in September 2011. Gears of War Judgment announced in 2012 and released in March 2013. Gears of War 4 announced in 2015 and released in October 2016. To Gears 5 announced in 2018 and released in September 2019. So it is plausible that if Gears of War E-Day and the Coalition are following the same pattern here, that in fact a 2025 release date could be happening. However, typically new Gears of War games marketing campaigns, which do include regular news, trailers, a multiplayer beta, just so much more, usually takes place over the course of 6 to 8 months, generating and building hype leading all the way up to launch. If we take a closer look at what the Coalition exactly did with their previous 2 new entries into the Gears of War franchise, Gears of War 4 was announced at the Xbox E3 show in June 2015, which then the studio went quiet for about 9 months up until March 2016, when Gears of War 4 was revealed as the main focus for Game Informer's April 2016 issue, featuring a 14-page cover story detailing from the campaign, characters, enemies, weapons, gameplay mechanics, to everything else in between. Gears 5 was announced at the Xbox E3 show in June 2018 alongside Gears Pop and Gears Tactics for that triple Gears of War announced. Similar to before, the studio went quiet for about 12 whole months until the Xbox E3 show in June 2019 before the studio began marketing Gears 5. So it's very possible that Gears of War E-Day is releasing in 2025, which we'll know between now and June. Whether the Coalition starts up E-Day's marketing in the next few months, or we'll have to wait until the official Gears of War E-Day release date announcement from the Coalition studio at the Xbox Game Showcase. For a Gears of War collection with a possible 2025 release date in the summertime, which if the Gears collection is real, it could happen with a reveal at the Xbox Game Showcase in June and an August release date, exactly like Gears of War Ultimate Edition did in 2015. However, it just doesn't make any sense to release both a Gears of War collection and Gears of War E-Day in 2025, with zero to no marketing and the 20th anniversary approaching soon in November 2026. For Gears of War to release on Sony's PlayStation 5 console, as a dedicated Gears fan who has been playing for all 18 plus years since Gears of War 1 released day 1 November 2006 on Emergence Day, it is time to stop the exclusivity holding back this huge potential in this amazing franchise and release the Gears of War series onto PS5, whether that be day 1 or timed exclusive. It is time to welcome the PlayStation gamers to the war on planet Sera to fight back against the Locust Horde on Emergence Day. Next up, Gaming Insider Jez Corden from Windows Central also reported on the Nate the Hate rumors for Xbox titles that are expected to release on PS5 and the unannounced Nintendo Switch 2, corroborating independently with his own sources that it is very likely true, but that Microsoft won't be stopping there and that potentially Gears of War Ultimate Edition is also slated for a release on PS5 in 2025, which is crazy to me seeing as how it's been 10 years since Gears of War Ultimate Edition released, there being different versions between Xbox and PC, to the game being based on Unreal Engine 3, that for right now it just doesn't make a lot of sense. Overall, when it comes to the Gears of War rumors regarding Gears of War E-Day, Gears Collection and the PS5 releases, I would say never believe it and always take it with a grain of salt, unless it comes officially from either Xbox or the Coalition Studio themselves. With Gears of War E-Day already officially announced, as we get into 2025, we will know for certain by the Xbox Game Showcase in June what the future roadmap for the Gears of War franchise looks like, whether or not a Gears collection exists, and the definite release date for Gears of War E-Day. For me personally, I believe if Gears of War E-Day were to release in 2025, that the game should be a part of the upcoming Xbox Developer Direct in January. Marketing should start within the next few months, and the game deserves to get its very own Gears of War E-Day Direct after the Xbox Game Showcase in June. If that doesn't happen, then Gears of War E-Day is likely releasing in November 2026, with the release date announcement confirmed at the Summer Showcase. I believe if a Gears of War collection were to exist and release in 2025 that's similar to E-Day, I would expect a huge presence at either the Xbox Developer Direct or the Xbox Game Showcase, with Gears of War E-Day releasing next year. I've been talking about a Gears collection for over 10 years now, since Halo's Master Chief Collection was announced at Xbox's E3 2014 show, so I've never believed it to be real, and it's always a I believe it when I see it, but I'm fully focused on Gears of War E-Day. Please make sure to leave me a comment down below telling me what you think. What is your opinion on the Gears of War E-Day, Gears Collection and PS5 rumors? Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you aren't already. If you do enjoy my Gears of War content and want to see even more videos, there is a playlist on my YouTube channel containing all of my other Gears of War E-Day videos so far. If you do want to check out more like this one, click the join button to become a YouTube channel member to gain access to emotes, channel badges, and most importantly, early access to all new videos before anyone else. I want to give a big shout out to all of the members on screen for becoming a Shadow Knight YouTube channel member. I truly appreciate your support. So there you have it, guys. Full details on Gears of War E-Day, Gears Collection, 2025 release dates, and PS5 rumors. Leave a like on the video if you enjoyed it, subscribe to the channel if you aren't already. Thank you guys for watching, and as always, I shall see you in the next one.